Hey guys, this is Joe Deckelmeyer with Screen Rant, and I'm going to say right now, out of all the interviews we have lined up, this is my favorite, my most anticipated. Austin St. John, original Red Ranger and Gold Zeal Ranger. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. And this is why Joe is my favorite ever in the press world, because I'm his favorite.
You are. And let me tell you something real quick. I was blown away because right here at Screen Rant, we exclusively debuted the trailer for Power Rangers Beast Morphers and Season 2, which you're a part of.
The fandom is blowing up, man. My social media erupting.
And it's not slowing down.
No, it's building momentum still. But it's my first return in 18 years.
So let me get this right. The last time you were on Power Rangers was Forever Red.
02, Forever Red.
That's crazy. Now we have a whole new generation of Power Rangers. Devin, the Red Beast Morpher Ranger.
Love him.
What words of advice do you have for the youngster on set from being the OG original Red Ranger?
Well, I mean, man, I was there. We filmed in New Zealand. I tell you, I think what I would say is keep it real. Don't put up a persona. Don't put your character on social media. People love the character already. What they want to know is, who are you? What are you about? What do you really represent?
Right.
And don't be one of those mainstream characters that shifts back and forth between who you really are versus what you are on TV. Be secure in yourself. Be who you are. Let it roll. And the fandom, those that don't support it, forgive me, c'est la vie. Those that do, that's the crew you need in your world.
This is the year of ASJ, let me just say right now. When I was coming to Comic-Con, I knew I was going to be here for Screen Rant working it. But let's be real. The real reason I came here is for this right here, this Lightning Collection 2-pack.
This one's yours.
This one's actually Jezzer. He actually got me one. He actually, shout out to our camera guy, Jezzer. He actually waited in line and got one for me, too. So I do have
And those lines were ridiculous.
They were ridiculous.
And,
well worth
and
it.
your boy here. So
Yeah,
you getting margaritas, dinner, what?
We'll work. I'm gonna work something out with him later.
Brownie point.
I was
put it on
hoping not
you
to
can
bring
say
that
thank
up.
you later. All right,
hoping not to bring that up, but hey,
okay, all right.
We'll talk about that later. Actually, I want to talk to you about the Gold Ranger. Actually, and here's the reason why. This is the best looking Power Ranger suit out of any Power Ranger suit.
Thank you very much.
No, it's a straight up fact. Talk to me about when you returned as the Gold Ranger, where Jason was and where Jason has been when he came back as the Gold Ranger.
So there's a bit of a difference, man. Jason as a Red Ranger, Jason as a whole, I modeled after my mom and dad, who were my heroes.
Really?
Dad, Marine Corps, he was a Mustanger in the Corps. He was enlisted, got out, went to college. I watched him doing his papers on triplicate on the typewriter. Ding, shk. That was my dad. After all day at work, nailing out the paperwork, going back, graduated. Mom helped him with the papers because she was a beast. She was better at, English and writing than he was, and better than I am. I'm just saying. Love you, Mom. Anyway, and so he graduated, nailed it, and so it was kind of a walk softly but carry a big stick. Sure. Elevate my team. I had absolute confidence in every one of my team members. The girls, color, race, none of that mattered. I had confidence in the team. My job as a leader was to let them step forward and shine in every capacity that they could. And the only times I chose to step forward was if and when it was truly needed. And that, in my mind, is leadership. It's not about brandishing, showing off, being flashy, shiny gear. I never had any of that until the gold. When I came back as the gold, I was set with a struggle because now I had to bridge this humble, walk softly, carry a big stick guy with a pimp. Because the Gold Ranger was a pimp, right?
And that was the staff, right? That was the
staff. Like, he didn't even have a morpher.
Right.
He had a Zeonizer.
Right.
He had a Zeonizer, but you never saw it. Like, you saw it in an episode, and then it was in some mystical position. So the Gold Ranger was kind of the playboy. But he did the same things because the entire team, they fought, and they're getting their butts kicked, and then they called me. And I was like, well, only because you called.
Jason actually, there's a part in Power Rangers here where Jason pretty much tells Tommy, he says, listen, I'm not coming back to take my own spot. We're a team here. And I think that that's such a great message, though, that it was like, hey, we're just a team. We're all here for each other. I think that's a really good message that Jason kind of had. But I want to go back to Beast Morphers for a second. The reason why is because I got a text from a buddy today. His name is Brennan Mejia. He said that in the trailer that they showed all the the different characters, but they didn't show Brennan Mejia. Brennan wants to know where Brennan is in this thing.
My official response is I have officially been released in the trailer, and I can talk about that. Anything else will be absolutely freaking amazing when Hasbro releases it.
That's a true statement. Now, I do want to talk to you about some of the other things you're doing. You have like video games.
I do. I partnered up about 3 years ago with Owen Ratliff, who had one of the biggest rap labels in the Midwest, sold it off, and so he created Sam. Simple name, but the person is not. This is the first black MI6 James Bond Kung Fu. I can't go into a lot about where the superpowers come from because that's coming.
Sure.
But he's a beast, and it is blowing up. We started 3 years ago. We started building what was going to be a cell phone game. The cell phone game erupted. We built out. Actually, we beat all of the best games, Tekken 7, Street Fighter 2, which are all 2D, sure. And we created Black Salt Corruption, the only 3D martial arts arena fighting game in the world.
Really?
And we're destroying everybody. We're tearing it up. So now we're on Steam, $20. You can nail it out, but we're coming out on Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, all of them by the end of the year.
That's crazy.
Super awesome.
That's awesome. Congratulations on that, man. Video games are, well, I guess I was going to say they're the future. They're here now.
Everybody's doing it,
they're
right?
They're taking off. They're taking off.
Lift a hand if you don't play games. There's nobody
I remember my dad telling me when I was a young kid, you'll never make money playing those video games. So then I stopped, and I kick myself every day because now you got these pro gamers out here making millions of dollars.
We have several of them all over our game. 22 million followers apiece.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Now, I know you also do a lot of work with charity. And being the representative of being the Red Ranger and being, Power Ranger, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, because look, no matter what anyone says, most people always recognize Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as the Power Rangers. So talk to me about some of the charity work you do.
As far as charity work, I sit on the board for 3 charities. Number one is, where to start? Hungrier Choices for a Healthy Child. We just tied into the Hope Festival in Florida, and we're doing amazing things there. So Hungrier Choices for a Healthy Child. Check them out online. You can check out autismpower.org, another one that I sit with, which came to me through my 911 work as a firefighter paramedic, and has deep meaning to me for so many reasons. So autismpower.org, and then Heartland Image Foundation, which is another one that we do so many things through film, children, feeding the homeless, so many different things. So now we're all tied into the Hope Festival in Florida, which is getting ready to blow up, and you'll see more about that on my website, austinstjohn.biz.
Now, you showed me something pretty cool right before we started doing this interview, and that was these class rings.
Okay, so there's a story here. I didn't graduate high school.
Really?
I dropped out of high school to take the JOB on Power Rangers. It was advertised in the newspaper, go get it. Most of you know the story. It was a $20 bet. I took a $20 bet. I lost, and here I am as Jason the Red Ranger. So as things kind of grew along, I realized I never graduated high school, but I got 2 bachelors. I went back. I got my GED, got my first degree in sports science health studies, got my second in emergency medicine, just kept cruising while I bartended, waited tables. But the point is I never had a high school ring. And it took me 25 years, minutes, for those of you counting age. Why are you talking about my age? What's wrong? Don't, shh. A whole bag full of shh. I saw that movie. Anyway, so I wanted a high school ring, but I didn't technically get one because I didn't do it until I got my GED. So no shame for those of you who got your GED and then moved on and got better in life. So this is what I did. I created a high school ring, and I wanted somebody to enjoy and understand that the ring I created when I realized I never got one was from Jason's high school class ring. And this jewelry is no joke, man. Like, this is legit, super high quality. This right here with my autograph inside the box is in sterling silver with liver of sulfur blackening. It's super awesome. And then I did this one, which was in white gold. And I tell you what, if you go to my website, austinstjohn.biz, you can move to the website, and you can build it however you want. Oh, wow. Silver, all of the above. But you can have a portion. The artwork, and this is the key piece, The artwork came from a guy on Instagram known as Art of Tran, because I like to build people up, just like Jason. Art of Tran, he was fairly new. He was building in. He needed exposure. And I loved his artwork. It was amazing. And he did this King Ranger hybrid, which was a red and gold hybrid. Well, Jason was red and gold. He would have graduated with something that repped red and gold.
Right.
He's the king. He's the only Ranger in history. As a Gold Ranger, he held the power of 3 Rangers at one time. The only Ranger in history to do that. As the Red Ranger, the only Ranger to ever defeat Tommy. As the Red Ranger, the only Ranger to fight with a monster without a morpher, period. So many firsts and onlys. Never defeated was Jason. He may have had a moment, but he came back. He always won. This is what the point to the ring was. This was about Jason's high school experience as red, as the gold, through life, through all of life's struggles. And it represents what people do every day, whether you're a hero or whether you're a hero.
And I also like the throwback there. The King Ranger was also, I believe, in O-Ranger, the Japanese version of the Sentai. That was his name, the King Ranger, the Gold Ranger's name. So
It was.
it all ties back. It
It
ties
does.
back. I like it.
Full circle, baby.
And I got to ask you, so Boom Studios has really helped with the resurgence of Power Rangers. And I think they're killing it. Kyle Higgins starting it right now. Ryan Parrott's doing such a great job. And it was just revealed a couple weeks ago, maybe last month, that your character is now one of the Omega Rangers.
Omega.
The Red Omega Ranger. And have you gotten a chance to read some of the Boom stuff?
Yeah. I have friends within the inner circle. I know Kyle. I know Ryan. I know Jose. I know quite a few people throughout the circle. There's more. And we've been talking.
How closely do you think they capture Jason?
I think they do an excellent job at capturing his willingness. Number one is humility. He was never the flashy guy. He never needed the bling. They capture his ability to always put his team first.
Right.
I love that. But I also love that they transferred the origin of the story in the 90s when a cell phone was like a brick
Yeah.
to what it is today. Everybody has an iPhone, a Samsung, something like that, and bring it into real time. I love that they understood me enough to put Jason and Trini together.
Yeah.
I love that Jason and Trini swap suits because I would have never dated Kimberly.
We were just talking about that.
I don't do high maintenance. I never have.
We were just talking about that because my girlfriend's daughter, I got her on to Power Rangers, like with the first season. Of
He's
Power
training her right.
I am legit. Like this was part of my goal, right? Is like it's called.
I'm so proud.
It's just called good parenting. But
See?
it's just training her right. So honestly, when I thought I don't know why I thought this, but automatically I thought, well, she's gonna relate to Kimberly. Nope, Trini. 100%. She loves the Yellow Ranger. And I was just like, wow, like looking back as an adult and watching how that character was, it was really, really written really well because she communicated and did everything the right way.
Wherever you were as a fan, there was someone there for you to identify with. Right. So there's no shame in any of it. There's nothing but an uplifting, glorious story. And that is part of why Power Rangers was number 1 in the world in 40 countries and 90 languages.
26 years, man.
26. Why you got to talk about that?
Hey, let me ask you, when you saw this Lightning Collection pack from Hasbro real quick, that when you first knew that obviously the Red Ranger and the Gold Ranger were going to be a Comic-Con exclusive and you got to see the face sculpt, what was your first initial reaction? Because it is very good. Like, I almost thought, I was like, how do you 3D print something? Like, it's very good. So what was your first initial reaction when you saw that?
I felt like when the toys first came out, they did their best job.
Are we talking back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in like 93, 94, I felt like they did their best job.
Those flip heads? You know, you push
it's morphin' time. It's morphin' time. It's morphin' time. I might have played with that once or twice.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I might have played with that once or twice as well.
It was kind of a super trippy moment because I saw the new faces come out. I saw the whole new models, and I was like, that is super cool. In a really creepy sort of way. Like stalker, slasher, movie, creepy. And I'm producing like 2 of those this summer. But anyway.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Let's talk about that for a second.
Well, I did 3 films last year. Another Amazon Prime TV series, Fireball Run, season 11. All the seasons are separate. That's out on Amazon Prime now. You want to check that out. It was called Big Country, all kinds of cool stuff. This year, I came back. I shot Power Rangers in April. That's blowing up right now. We all know that. But this summer, I've been brought on as executive producer, and I have starring roles. One of the films I'm doing, I can't say much else yet, is a slasher horror. And I have never done slasher horror. It's not even been like stuff like I would go in. I remember as a kid seeing Jason or The Exorcist. I was like, ah!
Are you a fan of the genre?
Ish. Because at 11, I saw The Exorcist, and I didn't sleep for like ever. You know, I mean.
I was like that too, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm reading the script, and I'm like, I hate and I love this.
I can't turn away.
I don't want to read, but I must
Right.
finish. So I love that. And then I have another one, which was a drama, and it's kind of about a trucker, and this guy is, you know, he's going through life struggles. He's been on the road. He's, you know, alcoholism, and he's just got hard life. And then he discovers out of the middle of nowhere, he's got a daughter. And I play the conscience, which is awesome. I'm super excited about that. And then, you know, The Order, which I'm doing with Karen Ashley,
that's right.
who's amazing. There's so many projects. Man, forever.
Yeah, I talked to Karen. I've talked to Karen before about the Order. That sounds like a super cool project. The comic book it's out now, right? You people
Yeah.
read the comic now. But amazing job. But man, 26 seconds later, here we are. It's so incredible. But man, Beast Morpher season 2. I'm extremely excited. I'm happy. You've made your triumphant return back to the franchise. I can't wait to see it with my own eyes. I'm sure that there's tons of surprises you can't talk about, so I'm not going to push you on that.
So many.
And I can't wait. Now, being in New Zealand, because when you were here, or back then, you guys shot in California, is that correct?
Dude, it was like Valencia. Well, actually, we started in
Culver
Culver
City. You know what? I grew up at that park, Kennethon Park.
We shot in Kennethon Park.
I grew up there. And I remember as a kid, I used to tell my dad to take me to that park just to see if I could find you guys. It never happened. But
we were there all the time.
Yeah,
Holy
Kennethon
crap.
Park. I grew up literally like a mile away from there.
Dude, that was like the beginning of in the beginning.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was like biblical beginning. Not quite, but close.
But close. And also, I was also one of those kids that was in line at Universal Studios, like legitimately. I have your guys' autograph from when I was a kid, legit. Because I remember they had like a bunch of shows and they canceled one, shut down the freeway, but we made it, and I made it to the very last show that they added that day.
Dude, Universal Studios. So that day we broke Universal attendance records. We backed up the highway for 8 miles into downtown LA. We were put from a 1,000 seat studio onto the same stage as Madonna, MJ, Aerosmith, all the big dogs. They performed on that stages.
That's crazy. That's insane to me. Now, I do have to ask you a question. If you had it your way, Austin St. John, where do you think Jason would be in the Power Ranger universe right now?
You know, I think they finally figured out, and because Ryan and Kevin, I met with them. They're friends of mine. They're amazing writers, and I think because we met, the evolution of where the comics have gone, where the Rangers move in, they don't go to a peace conference. What they really do is move into the beginning of a special operations unit. That is exactly Jason's forte. Anonymity, no need for recognition, but an intense ability to crush the enemy and help those that he loves and appreciate succeed. That's exactly where Jason would be. That's why I left the show, became firefighter, paramedic, went 4 years in the Middle East, became a medic attached to military operations, and now that I'm back, I still take care of anybody, whether you're a school teacher, a medic. That's what I do, and I think it's perfect as the Omega Rangers.
Quick rumor I want to clear up real quick. Did you ever hear about Power Rangers Hexagon? It was Power Rangers Ninja Storm. I don't know. Well, Power Rangers Ninja Storm before it came Ninja Storm was supposed to be called Power Rangers Hexagon, and it was supposed to be this thing where they were bringing your character back to lead the. I guess they were called the Thunder Rangers in that season. Did anybody ever reach out to you about this at all? Because it was literally the season right after Wild Force.
So I can tell you that I've had offers to come back every year for a lot of years. They asked me to come back for like Super Megaforce SmackDown, whatever that was.
Sure.
But it just hadn't happened. And I'm super picky because I feel like the fans have an image of Jason, and I don't want that to ever fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I kind of get it, but I'm choosy. I'm not going to be the guy that comes back every season.
Sure. Now, you've been there from Saban. I mean, Wild Force was that transitional year between Saban and Disney. And now you're here with Hasbro. Where do you think the franchise can go? And what have you already seen change with the franchise from when you were already with it previously?
Man, I'll tell you this. I had to do a lot of research. I had to do a lot of understanding because I didn't realize that many of the things I grew up loving were already Hasbro. Like my gen,
Right.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. I'm a huge, look, Arashikage, man. I'm a G.I. Joe guy, too.
Transformers. Yep. And Hasbro is wrecking it. They're wrecking it. They're doing it amazing. I would love to be a part of that. When it comes to Power Rangers, my hope and my prayer, and I'm pretty sure it's a belief, is that if anybody's going to do it right, Hasbro can.
I agree.
And in whatever capacity I can support that, I'm all in.
Now, we know that you're going to be in Beast Mode for season 2. Would you ever be up to doing a Power Rangers animated series based on the Jason character, some of your others like Walter Jones and David or whoever else would come back?
The answer is absolutely. The further answer is that there may or may not be one in the works I have been working on for 3 years, and I am very careful about releasing information for. But just know you're not done with Jason.
Well, I don't want to be done with Jason, and I loved playing with you when I was a kid. I know that sounded really weird.
Whoa.
But hey, it's Comic-Con. We're going to get weird.
Comic-Con, San Diego, 2019, right?
Yeah, and I was so happy that you were on that panel yesterday. That really brought it together for me. I think Hasbro's making all the right moves. So, Austin, if anyone wanted to follow you, where can they find you on social media?
So I have several platforms. Facebook, Austin ST John, and you'll see the blue check mark. Instagram, Austin_ST_John. Twitter, ASJ Austin. And you can hit me up for like all my biz, or you can on the website, austinstjohn.biz.
Yep, and that's where they can also get those class rings. Is that correct?
All of the above.
All of the above. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. And I can't wait. Can you please sign my legacy or my Lightning Collection Power Rangers action figures from Hasbro?
You want me to sign this?
Yes, sir.
The Lightning.
All of it.
All right, then I'll be signing it now.
Thank you so much. Awesome.
It is done and done, boyo.
Thank you so much. And
my pleasure.
Again, my favorite interview at the convention. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, God bless. Much love.